Alright YouTube, this is a pretty sweet video we got for you today. We got a big old box here that says Kershaw. Well, what is that? Limited edition, the Ruby. What a great presentation box on this one. Since 1974. My sister's age. 40 years. She was a knife collector. I'd get her this. But she's not. Certificate of Authentication. Authenticity. Wow, that's a word right there. Serial number 63. Manufactured on October 7th, 2014. It's really cool how they did that. They didn't do that with the ZT454. They didn't do that certificate of authenticity, so that's really cool. Let's go ahead and open up this box and see what we got inside. And there she is, the Ruby. Oh man, I bumped the camera. I'm so sorry. Let's check this baby out. What a cool, it's got like this velvet lining almost. I mean, it's just sweet presentation. There is the Ruby. Go ahead and close it. 74 to 2014. Just gaze at that beauty for a minute. Just drink it in. 74 to 2014, Kershaw. Those red standoffs or something else. They really pop with this DLC coated titanium. I love the lock side. It's smooth. That pocket clip's very attractive, very nice looking. Love the pivot with the DLC two-tone look there. The polished and DLC. Let's see how this baby flips. Oh man. It can be a flashlight or a light switch. It can be a push button. It's just a great flipper on KBT bearings. ZDP 189 steel on this baby. That's an uncommon steel for Kershaw. They haven't used that in a knife in a long time that I can remember anyway. So that's pretty cool. Serial number 63, 4040, the Ruby. Nice DLC coating. Then you got the design elements here with the 40 years. So it kind of flows with this side of the knife, whereas this side they left blank, which is a cool feature. So just a gorgeous knife. It's large, no doubt about that. What could I compare this to? God, everything I have now is smaller. It's definitely smaller than the 454 was. That thing was a beast. But it's a pretty good sized knife, but not terribly big. I mean, it's probably like right around the ZT560 size, I'd say. Don't have one here to compare it, or else I would, but just want to show off the Ruby 40th anniversary. This is definitely a collector's knife. Definitely something that is I mean, that's exactly what this is suited for, is the Kershaw collector. You know, there's a ton of them out there. So unfortunately they didn't make a ton of these knives. Oh, I don't know the exact number they made. Somewhere under 200, I believe. When I went and bought it on their site, they had 150 left, and then it went to 0. Then I refreshed it to 90, and then it went to 0. So I didn't think I got one, but I did. It went through and showed up today. So there is the Kershaw Ruby for your viewing pleasure. Just a gorgeous knife. Kershaw's really hitting it out of the park with these limited editions. Of course, it's perfectly centered. I wouldn't think anything others. I do like this pocket clip design, and it does have some good spring to it, so it's not as tight as the 454 was. The nice thing is this exchange. You can change this to left-hand carry here if you're a lefty, which would kind of not really flow with this side of the knife, I don't think. But you know, if you're a lefty and you're going to carry and use this knife, then you know that's definitely an option for you. It's all titanium construction. What does this baby weigh? It's pretty hefty. I'm gonna say at least 5.5 ounces. Let's guess. Here's our scale. 5.3. Man, I was close. It's leaving a little less than I thought. 5.3 ounces, so not terribly heavy for an all titanium frame lock that's this beefy. Those red standoffs really just pop. I hope you guys are watching this in 1080p HD so you can see a really good look at those standoffs. You can get a focus here. There we go. There we go. 5 total standoffs. Well, 4 plus the yeah, 5. We'll call it 5. The large one here in the back. Man, this thing is just beautiful. This actually might even be a better deal than the ZT. I don't know. I mean, about $100 less. Very good high-end steel. All titanium construction versus all carbon fiber. So, you know, 2 different knives. What a cool knife they chose for the anniversary edition, though. There is a video on YouTube by Stick to Drum, one of my buddies, who got to handle one of these early because he's in tight with Thomas at Kershaw, and he actually shows how to swap the pocket clip over to left-hand carry. So if you want to, I'll put a link in the description below to his video to do that. How to do that in case you're curious. I'm not going to touch this. This is actually really cool. I just kind of noticed this, how the lock bar kind of has this curve to it. It kind of flows with the knife. So the design elements of this knife are just great. I mean, just awesome. Really a piece of work, a piece of art here in my hands. So, Kershaw Ruby. 40 years of making knives. Kershaw, one of my favorite production knife companies. I probably own more Kershaw ZT knives than I have any other kind of knife. You know, last few years of collecting knives, so, and using knives. Definitely just a gorgeous piece. Perfect fit and finish on it. Of course, it's solid lockup. You do have a steel lock bar insert in there. And the lockup is pretty dang early, actually. Look at that. Come on, Mr. Camera. There we go. Yeah, that's like 25-30%. It's a pretty early lockup. So, gorgeous piece of cutlery here. Give you a size. What's the only thing I've got with me right here is my bullnose micarta, which is about a 4-inch folder, just under 4 inches closed. So that kind of gives you an idea of the size there. We'll throw on the Swiss Army knife. Actually, this is a Wenger centered issue. Kind of some size comparisons for you. So it's definitely a good sized knife, which, you know, I kind of expected out of Kershaw. Seems to be what they're putting out these days, is pretty good sized knives, so especially in their higher end knives. Gorgeous. Just a gorgeous piece of work. Well done, Kershaw. Happy 40 years. You know, making knives, being one of the best manufacturers out there, in my opinion. Great customer service. And like this one here, a lot of their knives are made in the USA. A lot of their knives are made overseas, but if you want a USA made knife that's a Kershaw, you've got a lot of options, as well as the ZT. All those are made in the US. This one is made here, or I should say there, in Tualatin, Oregon. So, very, very impressive. Kershaw Ruby, guys. First look. Gorgeous piece of color here, guys. Just gorgeous. I'm just kind of blown away. I might get a little drool on it. Alright, guys. Any questions or comments about the knife? About the anything about it? Let me know. Leave them down in the description below. We'll see you next time.